Warren Mayor Jim Fouts is crying foul again on the Freedom Hill site. A new Facebook post he has out claims that Macomb County Executive Mark Hackel signed off on an illegal dumping of excavated dirt as a favor for an excavating company.
Mayor Fouts also says the dumping has created serious environmental problems and that the county is covering them up. We have to say we did ask the Macomb County Executive to join us here in the studio, but he declined. However, Mayor Fouts has agreed to be here, and he joins us now from our newsroom to answer questions. Mr. Mayor, thank you.
Thank you, and I might add I'm very disappointed that Mark Hackel chose not to be here. I was looking forward to finally debating him face-to-face with the facts.
All right, we'll pass that along, sir. Those strong accusations that you're making, what's the basis for saying that the Macomb County Executive signed off on the excavated dirt to be dumped as a favor to an excavating company?
Well, about 6 months ago, the Mark Hackel made the decision to allow 150,000 cubic yards of excavated dirt to be dumped on Freedom Hill in the landfill that is owned by the SMDA. Warren is a 47% member of that. That's why I became concerned. And then it was brought out to me recently that they had attempted to cover up the difficulties they were having, which included leachate leaking from at least 12 sites and methane gas leaking from 44 sites. The reason for that is they put this heavy amount of 150,000 cubic yards of excavated dirt on top of the landfill that compromised the landfill. It put a tremendous amount of pressure, causing a number of trees to be destroyed that were sucking up the leachate and breaking approximately 44 methane gas vents, and that released the methane gas into the ground, and that released the leachate, which was heading toward Red Run. I'm very proud of the fact that I brought this up despite the fact that Mark Hackel tried to make me the scapegoat. He tried to deflect by saying I was the problem, when in fact he made the decision to allow this 150,000 square yards of cubic yards, I should say, of excavated dirt to go on top of a landfill. And I just want to add, he never got a permit from any engineer. He did not get a permit from the DEQ, and he didn't get a permit from the SMDA. Therefore, it was an illegal dumping, and they tried to cover it up. And the cover-up included making me the scapegoat and saying that I was at fault, when in fact I'm proud that I brought this up, because today they are cleaning this up.
So, Mr. Mayor, we know how passionate you are about your community. It is much appreciated, and we can say that Macomb County Executive Hackel, appears the same way. We talked to...
well, I just want to add, he may appear to be the same way, but he engages in deflecting and not discussing the issue, and he still hasn't answered the question, why did he make the decision to allow 150,000 yards of excavated dirt to go on top of a landfill, which no engineer would have approved, and the DEQ or the SMDA would not have approved either. So he did that. And he didn't explain whether he charged the excavator or not, or whether this was a favor to the excavator, and if it was, what kind of a favor was it?
So we talked to DEQ today. They're continuing to monitor the area very quickly. They say no public health threat to drinking water. You compared this to Flint. I
compared it because it was a cover-up of, it was a cover-up of an environmental issue, and that is when you have leaking leachate. If that leachate were to get into the Red Run, it would go into the Clinton River, it would go into Lake St. Clair, and it would cause a serious problem with the water in that area. So that was part of the problem. The other part of the problem was the fact that, I guess I should go back and just say, when they piled all this dirt down, they disrupted 44 methane gas pipes that were exhaust pipes, and they also destroyed a number of trees, which opened up the leachate to leaking.
Okay, Mayor, thank you very much for your time.
Well, thank you, and I still would love to see Mr. Hackel come on Channel 7 and debate me. I think we need to discuss the facts rather than deflect and try to blame someone else for his own problems.
We certainly invite you both back. Thank you, Mayor Fouts, for joining us.
Have a great day.
All right, coming up next.